Hello everyone, today I'll be sharing another legal story with you. So what happened on 15 September 2025 is that the Supreme Court passed an interim order, and through that interim order they put a stay on the certain provisions of Waqf Amendment Act 2025, and one of the provision that they put a stay on was section 31R, right? So 31R was stayed by the Supreme Court in the interim order that is passed in the reference to Waqf Amendment Act 2025 case. Okay, so basically section 31R says that in order to create a Waqf, the person has to have practiced Islam for a period of 5 years. So only a person practicing Islam for 5 years can create Waqf. This is what section 31R of the Waqf Amendment Act 2025 says, which is stayed by the Supreme Court, saying that there is no mechanism provided by the government to determine that or assess whether the person has practiced Islam for 5 years or not. So since there is no mechanism provided, it may lead to arbitrary exercise of power, and therefore we put stay on this section 31R. So recently, through an interim order, Supreme Court stayed this provision of section 31R. Okay, there are certain provisions that were brought and they were amended also through Waqf Amendment Act 2025. So there are certain provisions which were added, certain omitted, okay, certain modified through this Waqf Amendment Act 2025. So this Waqf Amendment Act 2025 brought certain amendments in this parent act of Waqf Act 1995. Okay, and this Waqf Amendment Act 2025, what it do is it omitted section 104 of Waqf Act 1995. Okay, so this amendment of 2025, they through this amendment, the section 104 is omitted of the parent act, that is Waqf Act 1995, right? The petition challenged this omission of section 104. Okay, so this omission of section 104 is challenged, right? Section 104 basically says that it allows non-Muslims, that is any person not professing Islam, ठीक है, to donate property to be created as Waqf. So section 104 of Waqf Act 1995, it allows non-Muslims to create to donate property that is to be created as Waqf. So it allows non-Muslims to donate property for the purpose of Waqf. Okay, this section 104 is omitted by an amendment, that is Waqf Amendment Act 2025, and against this omission and petition was filed. On this, the Supreme Court said that the petitioner, on one hand, they are arguing that Waqf is specific to Islam, okay, and on the other hand, they want the provision allowing non-Muslims to donate properties to be created as Waqf. So on one hand, they are saying that Waqf is specific to Islam, but on the other hand, they also want the provision through which the non-Muslims donate properties to be created as Waqf. Okay, so the petitioner are itself giving contradictory arguments. Okay, on this, the Supreme Court refused to stay the deletion of section 104. So the omission or deletion of section 104 of Waqf in 1995, Supreme Court refused to put stay on this section on the omission or deletion of section 104, saying that if a non-Muslim wants to donate his property, he can do so by creating a trust, okay, for any purpose which is provided in Waqf Act 1995. So they clearly said that, see, even if the section 104 is omitted or deleted, if a non-Muslim want to donate his property, he can do so by creating a trust for any purpose that is provided in section 104. So deletion or omission of section 104 is non-arbitrary. Okay, and Supreme Court refused to put stay on the deletion of section 104. Right, so Supreme Court refused to put stay on the deletion of section 104. This is the position, this is the stance that the Supreme Court took on section 104. Okay, thank you so much.